Management of cashew stem and root borer in cashew. Cashew stem and root borer is one of the major insect pests of cashew. It infests the stem and root region, especially the vital bark portion of yielding cashew trees, and lead to gradual death of such infested cashew trees if timely management practices are not adopted. The pest population of CSRB builds up over the years, resulting in cumulative loss of tree population. Two major species of CSRB infesting cashew are Plosidris ferruginous and Plosidris obesus. These two species infest the healthy trees. Another species, Batocera rufomaculata, which is commonly known as mango stem borer, infests the already infested and weakened cashew trees. The adult beetles lay eggs inside the crevices or under the loose bark of the stem, branches or exposed roots. The eggs resemble like rice grains. Eggs hatch in 5 to 7 days into the larval stage of grubs and immediately start boring into the bark. The larval stages last for 8 to 10 months and feed on the bark portions of the main stem, primary branches and roots by forming irregular tunnels which enlarge as the larva grows in size. The grub feeds below the bark. During initial stages of pest attack, small quantities of slightly pinkish brown chewed fiber can be seen on the bark surface, while the presence of exuded gum and brownish frass, that is chewed cashew bark fiber and excreta of grubs at the base of the CSRB infested trees are seen during the progressive and moderate stages of pest attack. During severe pest incidents, the canopy of infested tree turns yellowish prematurely and start falling off. In subsequent stages of attack, the twigs and branches dry off and the bark on the trunk starts splitting. At this stage, substantial quantity of chewed fibers and gums are seen at the base of CSRB infested trees. Full-grown larva measures up to 7.5 cm in length and is creamy white in color with a brown-colored head. Larval period is prolonged and its developmental duration varies between 5 to 8 months. It pupates inside the borehole itself, which is made in the heartwood of the tree. Pupation takes place inside a thick calcareous cocoon. Pupal period lasts for 2 to 3 months. And finally, the adult beetle emerges and the pest completes one generation in a year. The pest incidents and different stages of the pest are noticed all around the year. Generally, the adult emergence occurs between October to May in different cashew growing zones. However, young and old larval stages of the pest occur during the late summer months and throughout the monsoon months, while pupal stages of the pest are noticed during post-monsoon months only. During the onset of rainy season, the healthy cashew trees turn dark green, whereas the CSRB infested trees retain the yellowish canopy, which is a clear indication of the pest infestation in those trees. All the pest stages of CSRB in the infested cashew trees, both in the stem region and in the root zone, have to be carefully tracked by chiseling the larval tunnels in the infested portions, and the larvae should be removed and destroyed. The pest larvae will be present in the zone where the frass is lighter in color both in the stem and roots. It is very critical not to damage more than 50% of the bark circumference, as this will lead to girdling and subsequent death of the treated cashew tree. In case if the larvae have entered into the hardwood for pupation, they can be killed by inserting a gear wire or any other bending metal wire and poking into the tunnel like a slushy sound is heard or white fluid flows out. After removing or destroying the larvae and other pest stages, the chisel portion should be swabbed thoroughly with chlorpyrifos 20 EC, that is 10 ml per liter, or fipronil 5 EC, that is 2 ml per liter solution, and the same needs to be drenched onto the soil near the root zone to avoid further infestation by CSRB. The treated trees need to be observed regularly at 15 to 20 days interval for any fresh symptoms of pest incidence, and if fresh pest infestation symptoms occur, the treatment should be repeated. Root feeding with insecticides is not effective for CSRB management. All the cashew trees need to be surveyed at regular intervals for any initial symptoms of pest incidence. The initial incident symptoms if the pest overlaps with the net collection period, hence surveys in the cashew plantation should be taken up during the nut collection period. Detailed observations on the main tree trunk at collar region reveals the initial infestation symptoms, if any, which needs to be treated suitably prior to the onset of monsoon. Treatment of all such initially infested trees should be done during post-monsoon and pre-monsoon months, as the soil will have sufficient moisture to facilitate the digging of root zone, and if possible, preferably on a community basis following the methods mentioned earlier. The trees which have yellowing of the canopy and or have more than 50% of the bark circumference damage should be uprooted, and the pest stages in the root zone should be destroyed. Extensive field trials have shown that on adopting these phytosanitary measures, a reduction in the number of freshly infested trees and also a significant reduction in the number of larvae occurring per infested tree could be achieved over the years. To facilitate the identification of different pests of cashew and its management, a mobile app has been developed by ICAR-DCR-Puttur. This app can be downloaded from Google Play Store or by scanning the QR code displayed here.